In today's episode, Atik asks, I just want to be able to get some conversations around Google Analytics from Facebook and Twitter programmatically. Is there a tool that does that? Or should I aim to write some code in Python? Good question. You, Atik, are looking for social media monitoring. Well, you're looking for one of two things. You're either looking for social media monitoring or you're looking for content visibility. So for social media monitoring, two of the tools that I would recommend for this particular task would be either Talkwalker or Brand24. So let's switch screens here. This is Talkwalker. Talkwalker allows you to put in search terms. So I've got Google Analytics with and without the space here. And then for your specific request about things like Facebook and Twitter, you can isolate those channels and provide reporting. For getting data out of these systems programmatically, if you mean you want to be able to take it out on a regular basis, you're going to want to get access to the APIs for these companies. So here we have Twitter and Facebook feeds. When you look here, we've got you can embed in another platform where you can use an RSS feed for the data. You can also use a JSON feed as well. I typically will do CSV exports because I don't have to do these on an ongoing basis. I usually have to do one-shots. The other thing is you will notice there's a substantial amount of non-English here. So you can use whatever the language of your choice is. If you want to use Arabic or Japanese or Russian or whatever. I forget how many languages are supported. Actually, I can look. A whole bunch. So that would be an option within Talkwalker to extract the data. The same is true for Brand24. Go in, set up your Google Analytics search. You can take a look at the mentions. And then you can do different types of data exports. You can also set it up so that you can integrate with things like Slack as well. And you can see there's Facebook, there's Twitter. You will get different numbers from the various different platforms and things. So you'll want to make sure that depending on the type of data you're using, different social platforms are better at different things. So for example, let's look at just the raw numbers here. I'm going to go with media types. So for Google Analytics in the last 30 days, Talkwalker is pulling out 41,000 mentions, of which the lion's share are going to be Twitter, and then 81 Facebook mentions. On the other hand, on Brand24, when you look at that, they pull 1,000 Facebook mentions for Google Analytics and only 5,000 tweets. So again, it depends on which network you want. Different tools are going to be better at different networks, and if you want both, you're going to have to subscribe to both. So that's one set of options. The second set of options, or the second option would be if you want to understand how content is performing on these networks. So in this case, this is a tool called Buzzsumo. Put in Google Analytics, and now instead of what social posts on Twitter or on Facebook are most popular, this is instead looking at which pieces of content, which like web articles or blog articles, were most shared on those different networks. So those are some options as well to look at if you want specific content to see what is shared the most. Now, the question is, what do you want to do with the information? If you want to just get a sense of what people are talking about, maybe industry professionals of some kind, to understand what you should be saying in conversation on those networks, you want to use social media monitoring. Hands down, to be able to talk the talk and the language that people are using. So if I switch over here to themes, for example, very broadly, I get a sense of everything that's associated generally with this term, right? It's a marketing tool, it's calculations, it's analytics, and then there are various different handles, again, the different languages. However, if I want to use the data to decide what content to create, if I'm looking for longer form stuff, I'll probably want to use and export the data out of Buzzsumo because you can get the URLs for each of these articles and then build some text mining, some text analytics on what the top performing articles are. Typically, when I do this, I will do a 90-10 split. So I'll take the top 10% of articles and analyze the major themes in that, and I'll take the remainder of the corpus and I'll analyze the themes in that. And what we're looking for are outliers. What are the things that are unique to the top 10% that are not in the bottom 90%, if there's a lot of content? In this case, there's 943 articles, so you might want to do 2575. But that's how you get the data from one of these three tools, either Talkwalker, Brand24, or Buzzsumo. And what you do with the data is exactly the same in all those cases. You will take an export of it, and then you will start slicing and dicing it based on the top performing content and what it has in common, and then everything else. So interesting question, fun question. There's a lot to be done in analytics, and you will have to engineer a lot of the features yourself. So by that I mean these tools provide really nice rich exports, but at the same time they can only do so much with the compute power that they have while maintaining responsiveness and speed of applications. You will need to do heavy engineering of your own if you want to use the data for machine learning, for advanced analytics, for data science. None of these software packages do that in a way that allows you to tune it and in a way that allows you to extract exactly the insights you want. You'll have to do the engineering yourself. So great question. If you have follow-up questions, please leave them in the comments. And of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. And I'll talk to you soon. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.